with that?
Yeah.
So if the abortion is the procedure, then you had an abortion. The procedure that they gave you in order to, make sure you was good is an abortion.
Yeah. Shout
Mm-hmm.
out to Mo. I would love to put
Okay.
position to have to make another decision.
This nigga ain't shit. What up, Night to the building?
What's happening?
What up, Dr. Quantum? What's going on, big dog? How you morning?
I'm halfway asleep, but I heard this little fun size snack up here talking. I just wanted to say something to her. That's all.
Go ahead, boy. Pop your shit. You know you
Yeah,
got it.
yeah. Mo, I love you. You a queen.
Thank you.
Shout out to
Shout
my
out
nigga.
to you, baby.
Yes.
Shout out to you. It sounded like y'all was kind of crunk on my sister's channel earlier. I
I
said, let
didn't.
me stay on good
I did not
panel.
plan to be.
Shout out to T.
Oh,
You see
okay.
she was live about like a few hours. So
Yeah.
okay, so boom, I'm gonna be a little messy. Well, I ain't gonna be messy. So what was the video about that you did?
Oh,
Because I was shocked that you had the names up there. I'm like, Lord Jesus, wait.
okay. Okay, so we were talking about Sharon, not yesterday, day before, and we was talking about various things, but what had happened was the first discussion was about, I don't know what we was talking about, but I mentioned blue balls was mentioned. And
Oh
so
wow.
I was like, yeah, they have something like blue balls. And then Sharon said blue balls isn't a thing. He was like, that's not even a real thing. And I was like, well, no, it actually is a real thing. And he was like, no, it's not. And I asked him, was he joking? And he was like, no, yeah, I'm not joking. It's not a real thing. And I said, no, it really is a real thing. Anyway, long story short, while me and him discussing that back and forth, Venus comes and she then tells me that that I shouldn't even be talking about this, and because I don't have balls, like these men have balls, and so she gonna believe them than me because I don't have balls,
But you
right?
got a whole husband, goddamn. Shout out to Mr.
I
Ball.
don't.
Mom Cherry, I
I
actually
knew about
recorded a
blue balls
reaction to this
before
because
I
I
had
saw
a
you.
husband. Huh?
I said I actually recorded a reaction to this because you did a good job in doing that debate.
Do you agree that there's blue balls is a real thing, Dara? Because I know you one of them educated brothers.
I ain't never
No,
had it
blue
before,
balls is
boy.
a real thing. It
Yeah.
is.
Is
You
it
was
like
right, Mom Cherry.
okay, so what's the I don't think I man, oh shit, don't have me lie
Okay,
to
so what
you.
blue balls is when you men and women get blue balls. It's called blue ball, right? But
Oh what?
it's when you get turned on. Let's say you and your girl, she's shaking on you, she doing things. You thinking you're gonna get something, you get turned on. But
Uh,
then maybe the kids come and jump in the middle, and now you got to go deal with them. You turned on though, right? And the only way you're gonna relieve it is to do your thing, right? So you have discomfort. It's just discomfort. You still got the boner, and it's not getting relieved, and you're walking around a little uncomfortable. That's it.
okay, so you can get blue balls then whenever you see something that turn you on there, right? Because you gonna get a bone and then you're gonna be hard and you're gonna have to walk
Well,
around with it for a second,
yes,
right?
and that's, I think Sharon said that too. Yes, if you
Uh,
get
okay.
turned on enough where you get that hard and it doesn't subside right away and it starts being discomfortable, yes, that's blue
Okay.
ball.
I got you. I got you. Okay. Now I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about. It's more of like it's not what it is a discomfort. Like it ain't no just excruciating pain, but if you like, ooh, well, if you had
Yeah.
attention, like full attention, goddamn, and
Mm-hmm.
it's other shit that can cause the pain too, like your clothes you got on type shit. You know what I'm saying? You got something that's like the zipper or some shit,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
No, yeah, that's because that thing, so
yeah.
that's blue ball. So
Shit thing.
so I was actually saying it's a real thing, and I don't know how to pronounce the medical term, but I was like, nah, it's a real thing. And then it kind of switched a little bit, which is okay, right? He was saying, well, you said it this way. Men be claiming that it's so painful they're gonna die, and I'm like, I don't know, I never heard of no man dying for no blue balls. I never heard no man even claim he gonna die, but men will lie to get some vagina, you know.
You
Right.
know, niggas start naming shit different names too, and like mess the whole word and goddamn definition up too. Just trying to put their little spin on it. Like now, if we gonna say niggas is taking them goddamn blue chews and shit and unaliving, yes, that shit really going on because that shit supposed to make your heart pump real fast. So, but you just having a boner, you take your ass to the hospital. But I mean, you know, we can't act
But
like
even
we ain't
that,
in the movies.
but even if you take that medicine, right, to keep it going, and then you can't get it down,
Yeah,
that's blue balls.
fine.
That's extremely.
That's extreme. Yeah, gotcha, bomb.
But
Gotcha,
then
gotcha.
the reason why you can't let it go down, because even if you go and take care of it, it still won't go down because that's a medical issue. Because it's artificially done, right? You
Right,
use something that's and created that boner.
right. What up, Miss Joy? Good
They would
morning,
have
good
to
morning, good
take.
morning.
They would put a needle
Morning.
inside of that
Yeah,
part of the body, and they would have to withdraw the blood
draw the blood out.
manually.
That's right.
Oh
That's
wait.
that's
Boy,
blue
your ass,
balls,
boy,
and
your
but
ass
it's
is
on
horny.
the extreme end. Yeah.
That's nigga that ain't getting none on the least 4 month yeah.
Nah, that's
Mm,
because
you
he
know
could
that hurt.
die. What happened is it's so hard he can't get it to come down. Even if he continues to ejaculate, it still stays hard. Then they
Yeah,
got to
that's
go and
crazy.
drain that blood to get it down.
Woo, that becomes a whole health problem then when it get like that. Lord,
Mhm.
it ain't just sex and just fun and freaky diggy. Nah, nigga, something ain't right.
Right, and
Shit.
that's because it was artificially created, by a pill that did that.
Right. So she
Yeah.
said you shouldn't be talking about. Oh Lord, Venus
Yeah, so
flytrap.
that's the first one. So that's the first one. Then the second one, some dude came up there and he started talking about women and jealousy and how men and women are different. And
Mhm.
they used the word natural, nature. Through nature, we are so different. And I said, well, we're not so different through nature like that. Like they was trying to say men get jealous because of this, but women get jealous through this, and they call that nature. And I was like, no, that's not true. I said the only thing that we are naturally through nature different is that women have children, right? We have children. The men give us the seed and all the, well, I call it a seed, but we know it's not a seed, but y'all provide the semen to our egg.
Mhm.
And we have children. That's the only thing that's naturally different between men and women. It's a big one though. I know I used the word only, but it is very big, y'all. It is so big. But
Mm.
anything else, I said is societal, right? If y'all say that women are more meek, well, society teaches that. And men are more aggressive because society teaches you that. But
Mhm.
through nature, that is not true that you're more aggressive than a woman. Because there are aggressive women, right? In
Mm.
society, women were the hunters and men were not. Right, the men stayed around and protected the family, the children, because he's he's there to fight and stuff if people come to conquer, and the woman was going out there hunting. That's in other societies. And
Mhm.
then, so what I'm saying, that's societal where we get taught these things. So but then, long story short, she then, like, you're saying that women and men are different, and I said, no, I did say that they're different. And then she went on a diatribe about black women being scared of black men.
Mm.
And I was like, well, nah, not, and then she gave an example. The example is one black woman walking on the street and there's a group of black men over there. She says she's not going to walk through them. I said, that's possible that she doesn't walk through them. I said, but you putting one black woman with a whole group of black men who she don't know. They're strangers. But let's say it's a group of black women. Will a group of black women walk through that group of black men?
Mm.
Yes.
Yep.
Right? Because
Time.
now it's not just me alone, woman. It's a group of us. Even
Mhm.
it's a group of us, and maybe we have one man with us. And so
Mhm.
then they start talking about black women are scared of black men. I said, well, due to what we do, how we act around black men, the way we on here talking about they should be protecting us, how are we scared of the same people we expect to protect us?
Right.
Mhm.
So,
Damn.
And then I, but she was coming at me, and being slick with it. And then when PhD Diva came up, because PhD Diva put that dude in his place, right?
Mm.
Because she went to the level that she could go to, because she got, the education to do what she did. But when PhD Diva first got up there, the first thing old girl said, Venus said, well, finally somebody with some education. And so
wow.
I'm like, whoa, like what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't really take too fun in Venus flytrap. She tried to play with me, and she thought she was gonna get a moment, and I acted like I should have acted like a grown nigga and not give her no energy. And then, like when PhD was pulled up and was like, "Drip, which one of these motherfuckers you want me to drop?" Like they was quiet, like, but damn, like why she so high strong? No, God, like she don't even know me and just took off. I'm like, damn. So now I'm a weak man. I'm like, man, you got to be kidding me.
Okay, so with that situation, remember I was there, okay?
Oh, Lord Jesus.
So and I'm only basing on what I saw, right? People was cracking joke on the crier. But it seemed like you was taking offense. Maybe you thought people was cracking jokes on you. I'm not sure. But it seemed like you was, because we was cracking joke on the crier.
Well, no, not y'all, bomb, but Venus. Remember, she was like, see, Drew, don't change your mind for no nigga that's crying. See, ladies, that's a weak man. See, ladies, that's why the weak man don't. I'm like, wow, like, whoa.
But it was because, like, it seemed like you was on the defensive because you thought people. It seemed like, I'm understanding what it seemed like. I'm not sure how you was feeling.
She was telling me I was a weak man.
No, I'm about before that, the week before that part.
No. I called us. I say, Venus, you must be single. And Bomb, I ain't gonna lie, you kind of jumped in on the side and was like, well, Drew Beans called you ugly. You ain't say nothing to him, but you want to say something to her. I'm like, whoa, right. I ain't say nothing to her, but she was single. She told me I was a weak version of a man, and women don't choose this because this is not the man, and this nigga like men. And I'm like, whoa. Wow.
Right. Like, okay. Because I was trying to keep everything calm because, I was like, that's my baby daddy number 10. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to keep everything cool, but I'm not cool with the crier neither. So, you two have the space.
I was kind of caught up in that shit, Bomb. I was kind of in a
Yeah, you didn't know where you was.
Yeah.
Seemed like you
ain't. I'll take that.
Like right now, if you want to go after Venus, right?
Nah.
And no, I'm just saying. I'm just giving an example. If you don't like somebody, but I've kind of messed with them, I may try to calm it down. But sometimes if this your space though, and you fucking with them, you know what I mean? You going after them, I have a choice to leave, or I can just chill and not say nothing, or I just let people do what they do. But it seemed like you didn't recognize that we were stumping on the crier, the one who claims that he's the smartest debater, the best debater, the this, the that, and now the nigga was crying for us all to see, and so we all was cracking jokes, and it seemed like you was you was like, maybe you thought they was
likely was kind of
that nigga looked like he was in love with you. Okay, the nigga looked like he was in love with you. And that's from his perspective. I'm not saying you you a handsome man. So if the women can love you, some of these gay ass niggas might like you too, okay? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, baby daddy. Go ahead.
Look, the nigga Bomb. Look, Beans ain't been over here. So when he popped up in the chat, I'm like, no, I'm talking about before it happened. Like he popped up in the chat and I'm just like, wait. This nigga Beans here. I'm like, oh shit, what's good, Beans? I'm gonna drop the link. The nigga first thing he say, well, I'm drunk, so you gonna have to let me say what I say. I'm like, oh.
He said, I'm only here because I've been drinking.
Yeah. So you gotta let me talk.
Already. He already sitting on you when he did that.
I'm like, all right, come on, let's have a conversation. Cause man, look.
Wait a minute. So you didn't get that he was shitting on you? Because I promise you he wasn't too drunk to not know where he was. But when he came and said the only reason, that's that shitty nigga, that's that shitty nigga action right there. He was shitting on you and then he started to cry.
He thought he was shitting on him. Shanika was even like, Drip, you go. I'm like, nope, let him get it off full term. Because when I talk, I'm gonna go. Like, let him go ahead and get it off. And boy, that shit went downhill. Like, bomb. Like, I ain't never seen it happen. Like, you see, I'm stuttering now. Goddamn. I'm trying to say something. I can't get the word because I ain't never
That
seen no shit
nigga
like.
wanna be your baby mama number 11. Okay, listen. I know you not that way, right?
My,
Because you got a lot of beautiful women around you or
my
whatever.
grandma say she don't like short niggas with booties, boy.
I
That was
know
my grandma.
that.
Yeah, that was that shit was hilarious, boy.
That
I'm
was
like,
a funny joke when you put that out there.
I'm
But
like, grandma, really? Wow.
but
What else? She was like, baby, what do you mean he gonna do this and do this to me? I'm
let's
like,
go
I
down
just
to
wanted to
this
show you.
Drip.
Mm.
Daryl, do you agree or disagree that when old dude got on this man's panel and said, "I'm only here because I'm drunk," was that an insult or not? A side diss or not? What you thinking?
I mean, yeah, definitely
So,
is. It's definitely
oh,
it's like saying I'm only here because I ain't got. It's like me saying, yeah, Drip, I'm only here because I'm delivering packages. Oh, ass nigga, you know what I'm saying?
well, I
It's
mean, but that makes
disrespectful.
sense because because beans don't come over here. So I'm thinking in my mind, bomb, that the liquor got him
See,
on some encouragement. You know what I'm saying?
that's what I
But you
thought.
come to
But
people. But if I go to Bomb Cherry channel, I come there to speak to Bomb Cherry, no matter what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's just decorum, bro. That's all.
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
when he
Oh, okay.
said I'm only here because I'm drunk. To me, that was him saying I got the balls to say it because I got liquor courage right now.
That's what I thought.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
see the other side of it. I ain't gonna emotion. I didn't see the other side
So
because
and the balls to say was that he loved you and he crying over you, right? I
so
love
somebody get ball up out of here for free, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, I don't
Bomb.
expect like I knew when he came up it was gonna be chaotic, but I did not expect him to cry like that.
Bomb, if you seen the original video, I dropped my head like, no way. Just like, oh, nah, not today. And then look, as soon as he left, JP ass come up here. Well, say Drip, the motherfucker need to goddamn me stop all that bullshit. See, Drip, that's some hoe ass shit. Niggas, I'm like, goddamn, JP. Like, bro, it's just too much. Y'all niggas, it's too much. JP got to talking
Hmm.
shit. Drip, fuck that shit. That nigga should have done that shit over here. I'm like, goddamn. It was just wild.
And
Yeah.
Like,
so Venus was saying, based on, what the little bit that I saw, because I didn't see the whole video, but when we were speaking, she said that, and it seemed like you was hostile, like you thought we were joking on you, like people was cracking on you, but we was actually cracking on him. And then it seemed like you was taking his side a little bit.
what,
So, and then
bomb?
she said, well, are you saying this now, but, and you
Yeah,
kind
she was like, "Are you gonna change your mind?" Because he was crying. I'm like, "So you ain't want me to give him no grace?" Hell
of
no,
no
Drip,
grace.
stand on business. I'm like, "Oh wow,
Right.
you a whole savage for real, for real." Okay, well,
Yeah,
yeah.
because in the space we was in, we not giving that nigga no grace.
But
That's what
see,
I'm
bomb.
saying. I don't think
I
you
only been
recognize
knowing Beans 4 months. I don't know his previous crash shots. Just like JP, people think I met JP. I've been knowing JP 3 months. That
right.
is it on T panel. I don't know this nigga past Fight Club and beyond or nobody
No,
shit
we're
like
not
that.
talking about
So
that though. You can have
no, no, no,
whoever
no.
you want on your channel, but when you came about Sharon though, when they shitting on who was shitting on Beans, the crier, right? The Section 8 motherfucker, the rat, but who always claimed he the smartest, right? Yeah, the rat.
Hmm.
But
Remember, this man always considered himself to be the smartest, even though we all know that to be it's the reverse. He's the dumbest, right? But
Hmm.
because I'm gonna get on him every chance I get, right?
damn.
Um, but I've been knowing him longer than you. See,
Yeah,
I
but
get where
I only
you
been
know,
knowing Beans 5 months. That's it.
right? But I thought
Yeah.
you said 4, but not 5. Okay, so
But
but
well,
I've
5
been knowing
months got
for
if somebody
2
like
years, and we all know everything about the poor ass motherfucking nigga who shits
and,
on both men and women whenever he feel like it.
Hmm.
and
Oh,
that's what the chat was saying, Bomb. They was like, here we go again, another crash out or
Right.
some shit. And I'm like,
See?
what they and man, when I heard that, I'm like, oh my God. And that boy, you left me. I'm like, oh no, hell no, we can't do this today. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, wait a minute, what's going on? And the chat was just not giving 2 fucks. Drip,
Mm-mm.
drop him. How much to drop this nigga? Like it was people from his chat. Drip,
yes.
drop this nigga. I'm like, whoa, man, that shit caught me up guard. What up, Lord ADS in the goddamn building? That shit caught me up guard, man. I hope that boy. I thought a nigga was decent because I dropped him and didn't let him fully crash out. Like, but they like, hell no,
Hmm.
nigga, stand up, nigga, fuck that. hit him with another one. I'm like, wow, okay, man.
Let that nigga just cry. He would have finally told you how much he want to bend you over and all that shit, Papa.
Oh, Bomb, you got to stop the bullshit. God,
Okay,
ain't nobody been. I'm 6'3", Bomb. A nigga.
No,
Nah,
I'm not,
ain't nobody. Nah.
I'm not talking about what he would do
I'm
for
fucking with you,
real.
I'm
I'm
fucking
talking
with
about
you,
what he would say.
I'm fucking with you, Bomb. I know.
understand you know what I mean? You're an attractive man, right? I find you attractive. I think you're a nice man. But just like women can find you attractive, they got some men that might find you attractive, baby.
You know what, Bomb? Let me cut my goddamn camera off. I ain't got time.
That's true.
Do you agree, Mo Love? What you say,
I
girl?
agree because you low key like, and I'm not being fun, but you really don't know who's straight and who's not. People
Lord,
put up a facade, you know.
Until
the love is
until they start crying and
Hey,
professing
drop that
love,
nigga
right, Mo
Nighters,
Love?
man.
the love. Oh shit, night of sleep. Hold on, let me put
What
him in the
about
back.
you, Joy, of Real Online? How you doing, sis? Good morning to you.
Lord Jesus, goddamn shit. You say, oh yeah, night of sleep. Okay, let me put him in the back.
Night sleep. Damn,
Mhm.
nice. What sleep on this?
Oh,
Shit.
good night, ladies.
That's that third shift.
When he came
I
up,
just put him. I just put him in the back. I just put him in the back. That boy out of there.
Okay.
He sleep. Yeah, boy. Miss Joy,
Yes.
do you think that boy got a little zesty Zatarain's in his blood? I don't know. What you think?
Well, I don't know him. That was my first
Yeah, me too.
interaction. Well, not interaction, was seeing him or what have you. But I thought that he genuinely missed you and Shanika. Now, as far as the crying, I wasn't too. I didn't think the crying was really real. Like I kept saying,
Mhm.
is he laughing up under that crying? I found it very comical because I just didn't take it that serious. Not
Well,
even go ahead.
well, Miss Joy, I'm a certified audio engineer, right? Part two
Yeah.
certified. So when I actually took that clip of him raging and I put it
Mhm.
in Pro Tools, the volume and the density of that vocal, that wasn't no plan.
Yeah, he
You can
felt.
measure that shit to see just how people can scream and yell like in a whole homicide type shit. Like that's how they do that shit. Like I'm telling you, I measured the vocal. It was through I'm talking about red. I'm talking about full. Like I had to stretch it out so far, it was just unreal to even play with. But like to even get like any type of gap in it. So that nigga was really, 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 really into that shit.
So,
Yeah.
what's your opinion now that you know he was really crying? What you think?
So,
I still
when Drip said that, because I remember you saying, that you had registered, I was like, dang, I read that wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, oh wow, wait, really? I'm like, I would have to go back.
Mhm.
But even with the crying, because like I don't know Mr. Bean, so I don't know if he that way or not. But I did take from it that he genuinely misses you and Shanika for real.
mm,
That's what I took from the whole display of everything. He missed y'all. He in a financial situation. I heard a little backstory. He like his lady, he's having lady problems,
right.
so he just got some things going on and probably rehashing some things in his mind.
Not in
Mhm.
his mind.
And he seen y'all live that morning, and like you said, he was full of that liquor. You know,
Mhm.
got a little brave. He said, I'm finna go over here and I'm finna tell him I love him and I miss him.
Mm.
Right.
And hopefully they take me back.
And
That's
that
what
nigga was saying, that nigga said that his mama hated him as a kid and
I was
goddamn
about to
God was
say
acting like
that.
he was mad at God. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you? I was
So
really,
it was deeper than him missing y'all because when he came up here, he vented about a lot of stuff. Like my own mama hate me, you
yeah.
know. So his anger was y'all, but it was so much deeper than that. That's why I was writing in the chat like, don't like, cause you kept saying what you want me to do, what you want me to do, and I was like, Jerv, this not your fault. This is beyond you. it's beyond YouTube. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah, so this
I
is
agree.
now I recognize where I saw Shanika, where I found out that day when we was on that about Sharon. I known I seen her before, because she's a cool chick, right? I like her.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
love her,
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
you know. I remember going over there. Like I used to, I would subscribe to him and I would go over there, but I wouldn't say much because I'm watching him call black women bitches and shit like that. And I would look at the women up there and I'm wondering like, why are you supporting this? Right? This man don't like his
Mhm.
mom. He said what his mama don't like him, but what he meant to say or should have said is that he talked so bad about his people, black women, including his
Exactly.
mama, sisters, and everybody, right? That they don't fuck with him, right?
Mhm.
Like, because if you listen to him, and he's told many stories throughout the years about him, his family, and everything. But the woman not being there any longer. When I was shocked, she was there when he was online talking that shit. Jesus, how these men lose their women.
Mhm.
If my
Mhm.
husband was online every day talking bad about black women, I would eventually realize he's talking about me,
Mhm.
right? Because I am a black.
Right.
And so most of these men end up divorced, y'all. Almost all these YouTubers, Manosphere,
Mhm.
Red Pill men, they married when they come on here. I watched through the 12 years that I've been here that they end up divorced.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Mm.
I can't, like, they just on here shitting on black women. No.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Right.
And
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
you know
now
what?
he cried. He liked the women who would sit there and allow him to do that without saying anything. But once the women walk away, he realized he don't have that no more. And to me, that's black women standing their ground, putting their foot down, saying, "Okay, I'm not gonna take this abuse too much longer."
Mm.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm. That should be crazy.
But I've
Mm.
been here for a while. I've been seeing him for what it had to been. I think he got here with COVID, right over there with
Mm.
Fight Club,
Mm.
and he had another name. No, I think it was Lil Podcast. Is it still Lil Podcast? Yeah,
It's
Lil Podcast.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
The podcast.
and he was who he was then. And then he started shitting on the men, right? He disagreed with the men, disagree with the women. But whatever. He's a crybaby. Fuck that nigga as far as I'm concerned.
God damn.
Because you say you want to be messy about me and Venus,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
cool.
keep it
Go ahead.
real.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Get it.
I don't really have no problem with Venus, but I just,
Me neither. Me
I just
neither.
feel like if you're not gonna play with me, I don't think she know who she playing with, right?
Yeah.
Because like I told her, I've been here and I would drag the fuck out of her. You understand?
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
being nice yesterday, to be honest. I didn't say too much of nothing. Really, I just was talking about the situation. If I drag her, she gonna cry and she gonna be mad,
Yeah.
just like she was mad at other people. I'm not gonna mention no name to be messy, but if I
Right.
would mention other motherfuckers who used to deal with her, baby, each other no more, I'll be a messy bitch. Like she was trying to be that day.
Right.
Okay. So I just had to just spank her just a tad bit. I was hoping she'll come up so we could talk it through. But I know she ain't woman enough to do that though.
Man, you know they ain't coming up there.
I
Hell
don't know
no.
why. Like so I guess I got to do it by Sharon because I don't know why they think I wouldn't. Not, I'm gonna want to keep Sharon out of it. Over
Shake
there,
it.
she
Shake it
come up.
right.
I'm gonna ask her about it because I'm woman enough to do that. But they like to play with me. They like to because I'm older. For those of us who are older women, some of these young women like to play.
Honey, don't
But
start.
I beat the shit out of it. Look, I'm 55 years old, and
Mm.
I'm not sure she's in her 30s yet, but I will beat her ass 55 minus whatever age she is,
And through. Lord Jesus.
and
You
still
from
beat
Louisiana,
it.
right? You from
Yes,
Louisiana?
she from
Yeah.
that boot, yeah. That
How
boot,
you
yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, that's my mama straight up.
That boot, yeah.
That's
God
all they
damn.
do is fight. Like, and my mama is still about that life.
If we
Yeah.
gotta be about that life, we gotta be about that life. And but we was having a real good discussion, and she tried to put me in my place. So, and I let it slide. I was like trying to give the benefit of the doubt until she went to say, just read it. And then she mentioned that finally somebody with some education came on the panel. That's when I was like, okay, she take a shot, and I'm gonna have to handle it.
Lord Jesus, who this girl thinks she is, man?
So
Shut
Drew,
up. Lord Jesus. Yo, hold on 2 seconds.
2, 3, 4, bust it.
A nigga last name Curry, he from that boot. That's a fact.
Who that?
DJ Curry, he from the boot. That nigga from the boot for sure. Curry, yeah, he from the boot. Yeah,
I'm telling you, my mama
And he
and
likes
my
it.
dad,
And he likes
Louisiana.
it.
You know what it
The nigga
is,
Creole.
you
The
know
nigga
what it
Creole. The nigga Creole, goddamn shit.
Mhm.
Boy, I ain't gonna lie. I used to drive the Highway 1 bomb and drop loads literally like at the water, like you know what I'm saying, to like these big ass ships and shit. Man, I used to get these cracklings from this place. I forgot the name of that place, but like it was a part of this so bomb. It was a part of Louisiana when I was driving Highway 1. It was like a waterway. Like the whole middle part of the neighborhood was water and the outside was like houses and shit, but like they had niggas on boats and shit in the water and all kind of shit. That's my first time seeing some shit like that. That was crazy. I ain't know they had that shit.
I don't have bayous in Texas.
Yeah, we got bayous, but like not like to where people living on the water in like a boat type shit. Like
Yeah, boat houses, right?
yeah.
Well, you know, it
See, like in
depends.
Galveston, they might have some shit, but I'm talking about like literally, it was a one side street and another side on the other side. It was water in the middle and like houses, like literally surrounding it. Then it was like boats in the middle of it too, like you know what I'm saying. You know, people living on like tugboats and shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was another shit. That Highway 1, that's a scary motherfucker. That motherfucker. So man, look, it ain't nothing but you, the freeway, and a telephone. That's it. That shit crazy, man.
Well, we got a
Man.
lot of highways. I don't know. I don't recognize Highway 1.
Yeah, it's right past New
'Cause I'm
Orleans.
from New Orleans area, you know.
Yeah. It's like right past New Orleans, actually. It's like right past New Orleans. By the
Highway
water.
1?
Yeah, Highway 1.
We got lots of water.
Well, yeah, you're right. Well, really, bomb, it's just a big ass bridge. That some bitch goes so high in the air, and it's like a telephone at the top, and you go all the way over that boy, and it's just water on the other end. But like, you know,
I know what you're
I had
talking
like
about.
shit like boats and shit, like you know,
You're
like
not talking about the
flash.
7 Mile Bridge, is he? What are you talking about? What
It might is that like the Highway 1? Because
I don't know.
if that's it, because bomb, that might be it, because
Is
it was a
it real?
long ass bridge.
Yes, is it real bumpy?
I don't remember being well. You know, I was an 18 with so everything pretty
Oh,
much.
it's a lot of that.
Okay.
Everything pretty much bumpy.
Yeah. Okay.
That mother be bouncing, goddamn everything. So nah, but like it was just crazy. Like it wasn't nothing but like a little small little seawall and like a little loading dock for people that was literally like the boats would pull up to the damn dirt and get off. I had like rope, flashlights, tape, all kind of little tools and shit. Drop that shit off. Yeah, that shit crazy.
You know, I'm from New Orleans, but the New Orleans area, right? I used to live in New Orleans when I was young, but then we moved in St. Charles Parish and on by, you know, family property. And so there's a actual water right in front of our house where we could fish. And right behind our house, we can go out and hunt, you know.
Oh,
and
shit.
And so, yeah, that's why, you know, I didn't have to dodge no bullets from no gangs. I had to learn how to fight, you know, get away from
You had to get your
snakes,
food.
alligators, and stuff like that. You know what
So
I
you
mean?
know how to fish, bomb?
Do I know
You know
how
how
to
to fish?
Yeah, you ain't never
No,
seen no
okay,
pictures.
okay.
I got videos. Well, you may not know that channel. Of me and hubby going out and fishing
Oh, okay. That's real.
and hunting. I'm gardening. I show people how to make homemade wine. I'm doing all
Yeah,
kinds.
I heard about the wine. Yeah, that's supposed to be the shit.
Man, it's the best wine, baby. If you drink wine,
I don't even
well,
drink
to
wine.
make it yourself, it only take, 3 to 4 weeks for it to do its thing. But it only take like 10 minutes to make it.
How,
Just,
how strong did it get?
stronger than that shit in the store.
Damn.
I can show you how to make it lightning without, just through a process of freezing it, pouring it off, freezing it, pouring it off. But it's definitely higher than anything in the store, though.
Is that the same way that they make like
moonshine? Yeah, moonshine is a little different, but you can make that wine as strong as moonshine. Yes.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
But the process, you know, they
Yeah,
make
that be
beer
hitting, Drew.
different, huh?
I say yeah, the moonshine be hitting.
Yeah, it's strong as hell. That shit
Yeah.
strong. Let me make you sick. But yeah, it's stronger than anything in the stores. It- but and then you could just do it like I show people how to do it the cheap way with just some juice. You don't need any equipment, just juice, yeast, 100% juice. You could use grapes
Mhm.
or fruit if you want, but you know, I started them out with just a 100% juice, and some yeast and sugar.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check that out, honey, because I drink a lot of wine.
Girl, I promise you, once you make this wine, right? The cheap way, you gonna then want to go get a little equipment, and then you're gonna heighten up all them flavors. But this, I show people where you don't have to buy any equipment,
Yeah.
and you can so go
Mm.
buy your 100% grape juice or white grape juice or apple juice, whatever one you want, and it's simple.
Right. Yeah, I'm checking that out.
Yeah, see, man, see, that's real content right there, man. Earlier today I was talking about like different types of content. You know what I'm saying? You know, bloggers, vloggers,
Mhm.
videographers, designers, social media influencers, like all that's content creation. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you do something like that, like yeah, man. To me, I think that's just genuine content that like it's always gonna get views type shit.
Well,
Yeah.
not
Right.
really, because people don't.
Bomb is that oh my bad.
Go ahead. I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna ask you a question. Is that process called like fermenting the
Yeah, you
wine?
ferment.
Like
Yeah, you
fermentation?
ferment.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
yeah, I heard
that's
about
what
that.
the
I heard
yeast.
about that.
Yeah, you could ferment vegetables and fruits and stuff like that to, you know, to keep them. That's what they call canning when they ferment and stuff like that. We need to
Yeah.
learn. We got away from this, but this is stuff y'all grandparents knew.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, because they didn't go to the store. First of all, the refrigeration wasn't the same as it is today. A lot of people grew their own fruits and vegetables and things. And now, though, we rely so much on the stores. That's why we complain about capitalism. But imagine where you only have to go to the store for select things. But the
Mm-hmm.
Right.
bulk of your stuff, you create yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
We wouldn't be complaining about capitalism because they wouldn't be holding us by the balls.
Damn,
Right.
That is so true.
not by the
Yeah,
balls.
Well,
yeah,
I see everything changing back to the way that it used to be because stuff so had folks learning how to get back to what grandma knew and what great grandma knew.
right.
How
But
Mhm.
so many
I do,
young go ahead.
yeah, no, I agree. It's been happening for a while, but not with us though. It's the white people, you know, been getting off the grid for about 20 years. They've
Right.
been doing things. See, but we tend to think the way we look, even though we poor, we got to look like we have more than we do. So
Mhm.
I can sew you a shirt, make you a shirt, and you won't buy it from me because you'll say it don't look like the one in store, or don't have the LV on it, you know, the GG, the Gucci, and all that.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, young ladies, let me tell you, for you younger women, they learned that pads, just simple things that we use, like tampons and pads, create cancer, right?
Mm.
Uh, White people, I make pads, out of fabric, and them women buy that shit to give to their daughters. We end up with fibroids.
Mm-hmm.
We have lots of fibroids. It's rampant in the black community with women. Right?
Right.
Mm.
We're finding that our teenage daughters have fibroids. That's why they having problems with like their menstrual cycle, with the pain and things like that. They end up with these little fibroids. It's because of them pads. They use a fiber that creates cancer.
Wow. Now this is my first time ever hearing that.
Mine
Oh yeah,
too.
yeah. And you know the thinner they get, and they claim that it's thinner, which it is. But when we when our whatever hit the pad, it puts off a chemical reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've been doing this for years though. Them white people. If
I'm
you ever
getting
look up,
on my
yeah,
daughters right now. Honey, I'm gonna send out a text message. That is that why I ain't having grandbabies?
Yes. Look, and
Mm.
then our children, some of the children coming out with mental issues and different things like that. They linking it back to all kinds of things. Some of the things we eat and stuff, but the fibroids in black women, they link that to a couple of things like pads and also perms.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think they kind of link it to the perms because they say we're the only ones who kind of use, the that type of product, and it's
Yeah,
red.
I stopped doing perms like it's probably
20.
been like 5 years.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
been like, it's been 20 for me. It's been so,
Yeah.
well, it's more than 20. It's been a long time since I had a perm. I
Yeah.
was a
Mhm.
young woman when I stopped using them. Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day though, like in the 80s, 90s, we was putting perms in babies' hair, like
Yeah,
kids. I'm
I
still doing that shit.
Yes.
I am guilty of that, Bomb Cherry. I had my daughter in 1996. I was a young girl. I was number 18 years old, and my daughter hair was so you know.
Go ahead and tell us nappy. Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't use the word napping, but just say
Course,
it had a nice curl.
course. It was
Of
course.
course.
It was course.
I was trying not to say that.
I'm messing with you, Miss Joy.
Yes, but very, very coarse, honey. And her grandmother was a beautician, and I let her put a relaxer in my 1.5-year-old baby hair.
Yeah.
Lord Jesus.
No, it's true. Like a lot of people did that. So we learn better now,
Mhm.
but we didn't
Yeah.
know better
Mhm.
then. So yeah, but I understand what you're saying. Remember they came out with these little kitty perms. Remember?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Made for little girls, but the truth is it wasn't nothing kitty about that shit.
Yeah, it was the
She said it wasn't that kid about that shit. The
It
fuck?
wasn't.
same thing in a different jar. That's all.
But let me tell you
Mhm.
what we're doing today that's just as dangerous to a degree. So now we're buying hair products from people we don't know, right?
Mhm.
For our natural hair. And we don't know what they're putting in them. Now, when it's a company we know and it's black owned, okay, you probably got
Mhm.
that one woman. She sold it, her company just recently, and now people saying their hair falling out from the stuff they
Damn.
can buy. See, when them people want to target us, they're gonna target us in things that they create, right? But
Mhm.
for me, my parents, they didn't. Some of them had perms, but not a lot, right? Depends on
Yeah.
which generation and where, and they knew how to take care of their hair, even though they kept it
Mhm.
covered. Because when black women had to keep their hair covered, I'm not sure if y'all remember that or y'all
So
knew.
y'all ain't have just for me back then. That shit wasn't good. Oh, that was some
But
bullshit.
just when me came out around my kids' age,
Oh,
like
okay.
Like the 90s.
Yeah.
yeah, in
So
the '90s. Yeah, my kids were born in the '90s too. But my mom had taught me how to dye my hair without chemicals. I used to dye my hair with Kool-Aid, packet of Kool-Aid and water. That's it. Because you just need the coloring, right? Kool-Aid, like my hair was orange at one point because
Mhm.
I dipped a toothbrush. I put a little water in the Kool-Aid packet, right?
Okay.
And took a toothbrush and brushed it on my hair,
Hmm.
let it dry, and then washed it out. And that's the color. And every time I wash it, it would get lighter and lighter because you kind of washing the color in a way. You can use
Right.
color to dye your hair naturally, natural color from apple or different things with color instead of using chemicals to do that. My mom also used to have conditioner that they made with mayonnaise, eggs, right? This is how black
Mhm.
people took care of their hair back then.
Hmm.
You don't need
Right.
to buy no shit that costs $50 something in the store when you could go in your kitchen and mix that shit up.
mhm.
Mhm.
Damn.
So I have a question. Is your hair like naturally blonde?
Yeah,
Like,
my hair, yeah, it's naturally what they used to call sandy red. Now y'all call it
okay.
brown now, but it's actually what they call sandy red back in the day. It's like the color of sand.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
And I am Creole. I'm both Creole and Cajun, and my eyes
Mhm.
are blue and shit like that. But people like to think that I'm white, but I am black. I am black. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other stuff that's in me ain't got no control of me, right? That come back from the slavery days.
Damn.
But no,
Right.
my grandmother, not it wasn't slavery. My grandmother was raped by a group of white men when she was a young teen.
Wow.
And my dad.
Damn. I'm sorry.
I
to hear
hate
that,
that. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So you know what's weird about that though? When I first come to YouTube, people want to make it seem like, oh, you think you white. I never said anything to even act like that. But they would base it
Mhm.
on me, my looks. And then they would go into, oh, somebody in your family slept with this, that, you know. And I'm like, yeah, by force. Like until they heard the
Yeah.
story. They made it. But what does that have to do with me? Let's say my grandmother was in love with some white man. What that got to do
Mhm.
with me?
Come on,
Exactly.
That was
They say that to my
That's crazy.
sister because you know we have Creole too, but my
Mhm.
sister is like you, and her natural hair,
Mhm.
under you know the extra hair is sandy red, so people automatically say, "Well, you ain't black," and
Right.
she's like, "I am black," you know.
Yeah. It's
Mm-hmm.
sad that, through my younger years, I used to take offense. I used to be trying to prove that I'm black. Only when I got out of Louisiana. It wasn't when I was in Louisiana. Because when we in Louisiana, we all know. Everybody know. Especially my generation, like Miss Joy, right? From
Mhm.
where I'm from, though, the South, you was either white or you was black. That's it.
Mm.
Yeah.
I grew up, I found out later in life, really in the last like 15 years, that I dated non-black men, right? Because then I'm now
Yeah.
hearing that they Latino or Hispanic, but they didn't even consider themselves back then. They were black. They were just light-skinned black. Or
Right.
yeah, and most of them wasn't even my color. They would be a little darker, you know?
Mhm.
God
Back,
damn.
back then in the South, it was you was black or white. I never saw a Asian person until I went into the army, y'all.
No shit.
I ain't lying. I've never seen it until I was in the military.
Mhm.
Damn. It was a lot of them in the military. I mean, or in that environment, bomb.
Not a lot, but when I'm saying that's when I start seeing different races of people.
Right.
You see, so it's what I'm saying. But I didn't know nothing about no Chinese food. But I didn't know a lot about, my family cooked.
Yeah.
I didn't start going to McDonald's until I was in the military.
I
I
can
was
Mhm.
believe that.
pissed about that. I thought we was poor because I would go back to school and hear my friends talk about how they went to Wendy's. But
Mhm.
when we wanted a burger, my mom went in there and ground that ground beef, put peppers in it and everything. She chopped that shit up and made our own hamburger.
Mm.
Right.
Rooster say the Chinese people ran the corner store. That's true too. They definitely ran the corner
Mhm.
store. Goddamn.
I,
But
and
but, but
where I'm
bomb
from,
say goddamn she was in front of some water and then behind she can go hunting. I don't think she had a corner store by.
No, she
yeah, not
didn't.
Uh,
there, but when I would go visit other family members who live in other neighborhoods, it was black
right.
neighborhoods. Them were black owned corner stores.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Damn.
Yeah, I
I
grew up in a neighborhood where it was black owned corner stores.
yeah. Black people
Right.
owned everything. I could show you even where I grew up, that's not, when on my property. It's still owned by mostly black people, or they live there. Them people done figured out how to steal them people homes. Like they took my grandmother's home after she paid it off and everything. It was paid off for years. And then they
Mhm.
started sending something saying that it really wasn't paid off, that they owed like $1 and some change. But that
Damn.
dollar and change ended up accruing interest.
Mhm.
And since nobody even was looking at the mail and knew about it, they ended up taking the whole house.
Oh, mercy.
Oh, they took
Wow.
lots of black people. There was other technique where, let's say your family had a house. Oh, I'm
Mm.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, I didn't say
No,
anything.
go ahead.
Oh,
Somebody got some feedback. That's all. Go ahead. Go ahead.
okay. So I had a friend. The grandmother owned this big house. Because they had big families back then. It was a big house, and the roof started leaking. And this home she was paying on. Mortgage wasn't much back then. They were paying $34 a month, y'all. If
Oh,
that.
hey.
Oh yeah, this was mortgage, okay, and the roof came in when they wanted to take people home. What they would do is they would send the county or the parish in that area, the parish to come in and say you got a leaky roof. We gonna give. They would give tickets. They would say, hey, you got to fix it, and here go. This is what you got to pay. And then they would go in and condemn the home. Huh? Oh, that
Somebody got some feedback. Hold on. Who's that? It might be. Hold on. Let me. Might be Demon. Oh no, he on mute.
No, I think it's Joy.
Oh, it's Joy. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay. Yeah. So they would then give. So the county is giving, saying, "Hey, you got to fix this," and because we had to come out, this is how much it costs. And then those tickets end up being bigger and bigger and bigger, and then before you know it, they actually take control of that home, foreclose on it, and now they will go in and fix the roof and allow her to stay there. But now she's a renter in the same home that she was once the owner of. That's what they did to our people. They come in and say, hey, you're not keeping your lawn clean. Here you go. We charging you $50 and you got to get it fixed. But a roof is not that easy to fix because the bank stopped. They was in on it. The bank would stop giving loans. That's why she couldn't get the roof fixed, because the bank wouldn't give her a loan in order to fix it. Now, white people, if they own a home, they could get anything they want. Did y'all know that? They can, if you got a home and you paying, you could get cars. As soon as you buy a home, you could go and get a car loan and all kinds of shit. But black people, it was not that for us. It was hard enough to get a house loan. But many black people owned homes back in the day. Whether it was what we call decent home or one that was tilted to the side. You know what I mean? It was on their property. Yeah. But yeah, the government and with the banks and all, that's why if we're gonna go for what they call it, what we saying they should give us money. What is it called?
Reparations.
We need to be particular on what we're saying they owe it for it. And we don't have to go all the way to slavery. We could go just to Jim Crow, right? And just say, look, this is what you have done to affect us. Sears used to sell homes, y'all. Sears used to sell whole homes for $3,000. That's how much a house used to cost.
Talking about Sears that sell like electronics and washing machines back in the day.
Yeah, the homes used to be sold by Sears. Yeah.
Wow.
Like now, when you see a house that's $300,000 on a side, and you could go and look in it before you buy it. That's how Sears used to do it. They used to have it in papers, newspapers, and magazines, and they used to sell homes. Yes, and they used to be $3,000, and they wouldn't allow black people to buy them in certain areas. Like they'd be like, I think somebody's suing right now here in Jersey. They suing because they have proof that when they went to go buy a home, this wasn't through Sears though. This was like I think they saying, in the 60s. When they went to buy a home in that area, they wouldn't sell it to them on purpose. They still have all the paperwork and everything. And they're saying because they kept them out of that area, would have millions of dollars right now. Their value will be worth more because those homes in that area is worth in the millions, and they're suing. And that's what we should be doing. We should be using the law against their ass.
That's a fact.
They took property from my family with $1 million homes sitting on it right now. I'm still trying to figure out how they got it. How did they get it? I know for a fact my grandmother didn't sign it over. Right? She couldn't read or write. And my mother took care of all the financial business when it came to my grandmother. Anything that had to be signed or anything, it went through my mom. She would read it to her and advise her. But some kind of way, them people got the property. And we as black people, as a family, though, most people are not caring. And I'm thinking, why aren't you caring? You can't cry poor mouth. And then, but we realize that somebody took something from us. Let's get together, get a lawyer, and do this, like that young man did in California. Didn't a young man just win millions of dollars for a beach that used to be a black beach, and they took it from his family?
Mm.
Yes,
I,
yes,
I,
Cherry.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
It is.
he got
Yes, that's true.
millions of dollars. Say it again. I'm sorry.
I say yes, that's true.
Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, we could use the law now and go back. And I'm like, shit, why aren't we doing that?
Right.
Mm-mm-mm. Boy,
Yeah.
a
I'm
lot of shit
thinking about
wrong.
doing it. I'm trying to get with a couple of my cousins. But the men be feeling like, well, I got my own, I ain't doing nothing. And then some of the women, they just, then I don't know. Maybe I just need to do it.
Paperwork scares us for some reason.
Lawyers and white people
Mm.
scare my family. My grandmother was deadly afraid of white people.
Come on, Miss Joy. Pop your shit.
Yeah, I'm serious. I mean, I got a husband that honey don't want to fill out a piece of paper for nothing. I said, but baby, everything online, it's very he don't want to deal with it. I have to do everything.
Right. And the men, I don't know, you men, y'all kind of just get settled in and you'll be like, it's too much. Yeah, I'm not gonna deal with it.
Yeah.
It could be something as simple like I'm one of them women though. Like, let's say I made an order at the McDonald's. We went through the McDonald's drive-through. I ordered something, hubby ordered something. We get the order, hubby pulls off, and I look in the bag and I see, hey, this is not what I ordered. And hubby said, what is it? I said, I ordered a Big Mac, but they gave me some nuggets. And you know what he would do? He would say, well, you eat nuggets.
Have mercy.
And I used to, and this is when we were younger, right? Because this is a problem I
Mhm.
have with him, man. Ooh, he lucky I killed him a long time ago. But anyway, we still married today. But I wanted a Big Mac. Why do I have to eat the nuggets? Plus, we paid for the Big Mac. Why I gotta eat the nuggets? Because he didn't want to turn back around just to go through again. He says, but you eat nuggets. Just eat the nuggets. I'm like, but you can just turn around and go back.
Yeah, I get it.
You've had a man like that too, girl. Because I'm just wondering, why,
I'm married to one, honey.
girl, they must be made the same, huh?
Anything if anything that causes an extra step. Oh,
Yes.
my.
Oh, my! I let me tell you what happened recently, and he still does it to a degree, but not like he used to. He goes to pick up my medication. I have two insurances. That means we got one for primary and one for secondary. That makes my copay really small, right? Like $1 instead of it being like $50, or it'll be $1. He'll go there and they'll bring it up, and then he sees that it's $50, but he knows it's supposed to be $1. And then he'll get out of line like everything is okay and call me. I said, all you have to do is tell the people, hey, she got a secondary insurance. He'll tell me to call him. I'm like, but you're right there. I asked him why you even got out of line. If you knew it was incorrect, all he had to say was, ma'am, she has a secondary insurance. And they would have looked and they would have saw it and rung it up. But he won't do that second step. He don't want to do.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm like, babe. And then I get mad because he'll tell me the line was long. I said, but yeah, when you was being taken care of, instead of you calling me then and there, because you don't want to talk to her, he want me to talk to her. Right? You could have called me right then and there, put me on speaker and let me do it. But he got out of line. I'm like, wow. He's like, there are people behind me. I'm like, yeah, you was behind some people before. They took care, they completed their entire business. But he feel like since there's people behind him, he got to rush. He don't want me to check through the McDonald's bag before he pull off. I'm like, just sit here for a second. It's gonna take me a second to look through. There's people behind us.
Right.
He pull off.
Yeah. That must be my husband, brother or something.
I don't know what's going on with these.
I didn't know it was two of him out here. Because I tell him, I said, honey, you will never find another.
Girl, these men be tripping. You know,
Yeah.
we got to take care of all the, and then the thing is, they look at us sideways when we have to stand up for ourselves. When, like, he look at me like I'm being the aggressor. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
They didn't give me the order right. All I did was ask him for the order corrected. He called it being hard and difficult. If I ask for fries and they give me onion rings, why am I being difficult by just asking for
Exactly.
fries? I don't be understanding, but they say men and we do think differently. Even though these men lie online say that men are more logical, but that's not true, y'all. Actually, the scientific fact is that women are more logical.
Really?
Yeah, you can look it up. You'll see that women are more logical. We even if you think about it, right? You think about long term. You think about now and how it might affect us later. Right? Don't you do that with our children? We realize, okay, we got to dress them now. It might be warm. It might be cold now, but later it's going to be warm. So you give them a lighter jacket, right? For now, but they could take the jacket off for later, right?
Right.
Short sleeve. They're not going to have on the long sleeve shirt with the jacket. They're going to have a short sleeve shirt with the jacket. But men don't think that. Men, sometimes they don't even think about the now. Like they might send a kid out there and forget to put a whole jacket on.
They don't always think logically, though. That's true.
Right. So that's something these men started putting out into the world, but it's not true.
That's the perfect time to play this right here.
Oh, child. Oh, child.
Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus. Lord,
now I'm not saying you men aren't useful and things like that. I'm saying,
what up, T.O.?
Children may not eat that day because he didn't think ahead of time.
Lord. Oh my God. Boy, I tell you.
I had to run down. Yeah, my grandson here with his grandpa. Like grandpa made breakfast. That's true, and everybody ate breakfast. But now it's 5 p.m. I was asleep today because I worked through the night sewing and stuff. I go down there and say, "Hey, what you fed him?" Oh, he ate the bacon and grits and egg. Like, but it's 5 o'clock. It's dinner time. He gets lunch and everything.
Okay.
He said that one time was enough.
That's funny.
See, hubby, we older, so when we older, we eat only when we get hungry. To be honest, like we realize, oh shit, I ain't eat all day, But you can't do that with kids, though, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Stephon for the cash app, man. Appreciate you,
Drip on the beat. I'm about to be. Oh, I'm sorry.
Bomb, look, Bomb. Hold on, Bomb. Mo Love do a little rapping too. Wait a minute.
Just a little bit.
All right.
You rap for real?
I be hating when y'all be like just a little bit, knowing y'all been and got on that bitch. And I done came down, just the Bomb and the drip. You know what I'm saying? It be live.
That's funny.
I'm telling you, it be a whole show. She play games.
I would love to hear it.
Boy, see.
I have it on my intro, but Drip is a professional.
Don't make me play that joker now. I got it. Oh, you know what? I think I actually, you know what? I actually cut. Okay, so we
got it.
Hold on.
Drip.
Because what was he? Okay, I ain't gonna go there neither. But I'm gonna let Mo just redo the vocals and the keys because when you sending something that's already complete, it's super
But
duper
if you
different.
want to show them the bootleg version, I'm cool with that.
Okay, I ain't want to. Okay, cool.
Because
Okay,
I know it's bootleg, y'all. I did it from my phone, low key.
I'm gonna kind of give them a sample. Oh shit! Damn, wrong one. Hold on, y'all go ahead, talk. I'm just bringing it up in the back real quick.
You a child's bootleg.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't worry about it, honey.
God damn, boy. I didn't even know T went live this morning, Mo.
She did with her crazy self.
Yeah, man. Shout out to T, man. T be playing that music. She love music.
Love music.
Mm-hmm. Let me see why I put that there. Yup. Boy, that was cool.
She sing too, Mo?
She does, but I have to beg her to sing with me.
Oh, man. Ain't no in here. You got to beg T to sing.
That's how bomb destroy these people online, right? When we battling and going back and forth, and then when I get tired of it, I just put on any beat and take it over, and it's over, right? Freestyling, and then that's what I'm known for. I done ran quite a few people off this beat by a freestyle.
Yes,
See, that's different. So I can't really freestyle all that great, but I can write a rap. Just like off the dome, maybe a little bit.
Bomb Cherry up here freestyling.
Freestyle.
I got right, but it's gonna be fire for real, right?
That is insane. I love it though. I love it.
God damn it.
That's some talent there. You know.
That's how they know me. I done ran some powerful people up here.
Oh wow.
One lady, you know, she was big on here, but when we found out that her car got repoed, I actually made it more like a R&B type of thing, and it was all over YouTube. People was singing the song. They said, "I love that."
They just came in repo my car.
Oh, I know she wasn't there.
It's crazy, man.
The repo man. We just looking for that repo. That repo man. Hold on.
Nah, what happened? The car was 16 years old, so it was like her car got repoed. It was 16 years old, and then I don't know what I said in it because, like I said, it's freestyle, right?
16 years old.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Like the car was old as hell. How you get a 16-year-old car?
Right.
Wow. You know what? That's like Cole and the Pacer on Martin. You know, Martin Cole still paying on that Pacer.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Not the Pacer. That's crazy work. Bomb, that's funny. See, Bomb, with you rapping and then dragging and me graphics and dragging, that shit can be bad. Boy, that shit it can be extra. I can't. Boy,
that's talent.
Yeah, that's
yeah, if you can freestyle, that is.
That's a woo child. You folks don't be doing that graphic shit. That whole visual make it look so much crazier.
Yeah.
But hey, go for what you know. Go for what you know.
It's definitely a show in itself.
Oh yeah. That's a fact. They don't be understanding though.
You know, not too many women can say they can do that. You know.
No, that's lying.
I think it's a lot of women, you know, who we're talented, just like the men, you know.
Well, maybe they scared, you know.
Now they got right now in the hip hop, the women are the top right now.
Oh yeah, the women on top for sure.
Oh yeah, they've been the top for a couple of years now. We got Glow, right? Glorilla.
Yep.
We got Megan Thee Stallion. Oh, it's a lot of them, right?
Lotto.
Yeah.
Lotto, you got the Doechii chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that Doechii chick, she kind of fire too. She remind me of Yeah.
So Bomb. Okay. I'm glad you bring up Doechii, right? I'm glad you brought her up, right? So did you hear what she had the interview and she said they asked her what's a red flag and she said straight men?
Have mercy.
But it makes sense when you listen to her song.
Huh?
It makes sense when you listen to one of her songs where she said the person was messaging her and she found out it was a man.
Oh wow. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. See, I don't even follow her, so
See,
I wouldn't know.
we women can understand what she's saying, right? Because even the men, y'all will admit it too, right?
Huh?
Where y'all be saying that y'all aggressive, y'all more aggressive, and this and that.
Mm-mm.
So just being a straight man is could be a red flag. You could be dangerous. Yeah.
Not dangerous.
Don't like when a woman say no. Did you see the video recently? Even though they're white, but the young a group of young white women was, having fun, recording themselves, doing what they do because they vloggers, and they met this guy and he says hi and they say hi back and they have, nice communication back and forth. Everything's good. And then he asks one of them for their number. And she's like, nah, I'm good, And then from there, dudes start following them, threatening them, and then he pulls out a gun on them.
Oh wow.
Simply by her saying, you can't have my number.
Oh. You talking
What's
about that
up?
shit happened at the gas station?
Huh?
You talking about that shit that happened at the gas station?
I don't think it was at a gas station. I think they looked like they was on like
On the street or something like that?
looked like they was,
I
I
thought
don't know
I might have seen that shit. But I
what
don't
to
know.
call it, but it reminds me of like a little shopping. Like it reminds me of if in Jersey have an area where you can, they have lots of shops running up and down.
Right.
I forget what they call it,
Like a plaza. Like a plaza.
but it's on the water. It's close. Look like
Oh, okay. Okay.
I forget what they call it, but that's what they were, right? At night. I don't know where exactly they were, but it doesn't matter, right? It's about the guy
Right.
who the women treated him nicely and everything. And when he asked for one of them number, and she was like, I'm good. Which means no nicely, right? And then from there it goes to hell. He starts following him, he's angry at him, and he starts threatening to kill him. That's what women going through. But even for my day, that's what I had to give men fake numbers back then. Then I got older and it can't give them fake numbers no more because they call you in your face, right? Because we got mobile phones now. Dude calling me in my face, waiting for my phone to ring, and I tell him, oh, I gave you my home number. Here's my number. And then I got to give him my real number. I had to come home and tell my husband, babe, I had to give somebody my number again. Hubby never understood why when I would tell him, why you got that man your number? I'm like, babe, you're not understanding what's out here.
Right.
Yeah. You tell a man, no. I'm sorry, go ahead.
They really like that aggressive because I know like I have been out somewhere and I'll tell somebody I'm not interested and they'll be like, well, FUB, you wasn't all that anyway. But that's as far as it goes.
Oh no, let me tell you how far many men have followed me home, me and my kids to my house. One guy knocked at the door and gave me my mail just so he could get my name. Okay. I'm telling you, I've been followed. This has been going on all my life. But so here go one instance. I go to the store, the corner store, as a matter of fact, right? I'm buying what I'm buying with my kids. This guy says, hi, beautiful. I'm like, hello, how you doing? We good? Okay, cool. I'm from the South, so that's what we do, right? Anyway, he didn't say, hey, can I get your number? And I'm saying, nah, I'm sorry, I'm married. Oh, really? It's okay. Can you have friends? Right? I'm like, no, I don't think my husband don't like me having friends. But see, now I understand that he's not taking hold for Nancy because he's trying to convince me that I should give him my number because we could be friends and we could lie to him out. So I asked him, would you be okay with your girl having friends? Oh, yeah, it's okay. So then I realized, okay, something ain't right with this dude.
Exactly.
Let me give him my number because, see, I could tell that he might be one of them dudes going to follow me home. He's just going to follow me. Okay.
That's crazy work.
I see there's a video of a group of men, 3 men, black men, beat up one woman because she wouldn't allow them to buy her wine when she walked. She go. I think that happened in Philadelphia right here, right? Because I'm in Delaware, even though I'm from the South. She walks in past them and they follow her in the store and she goes to grab her wine and they in line in front of her and they like, can I buy that for you? And she says, no, I got it. Thank you very much. And then they're like, oh, you too good with me, buddy? And then they go outside and they wait for her to get out there and they beat her ass. They fighting like girls at that, right? They biting her and trying to scratch gauge out her eyes. 3 of them. These men are dangerous.
They are. They are. It's a real thing.
Men don't have to. We got issues as women that you men will never understand. You'll never understand till you have a daughter who might end up, and you still won't understand it then. But every time we walk outside, we got to contend with something. We got to be very, very cautious.
Right.
Gotta be shit. Boy, gee.
Our head got to be like the marble heads, right? We got to be looking, paying attention.
I'm trying to tell you. Gotta be paying attention. That shit crazy. Damn, I'm trying to pull this shit
Women gotta
up.
be careful out here, man. I bought my wife a taser just because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even with the taser, like I told her, I'm about to buy her maybe a 40 caliber or something like that. Just because, I told her yeah, buy me a taser, but tasers to me is weak because somebody get up on you. I don't even want niggas that close to me, you feel me? I just want to go ahead and get you up off me real quick. So
And these younger men are worse than the old. There used to be a thing where you didn't mess with children, women, right? These men would do what they do, and they knew not to mess with the family. But that's not a thing no more. I just heard where a man said, "Nah, if you mess with me, I'm going for your family." Like they purposely going to attack the family. They're going for the weakest.
Yeah.
That's the thought process now.
That old code has been gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where it went, but it's definitely gone.
I thought as I got well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Mom.
Yeah, I was saying as I got older, I thought it would be easier. I'm thinking, okay, I'm getting older, it'll be easier. But now I realize no, now we get older, we're sophomore marks, right? Now they're gonna really target us.
Yeah.
My grandmother and them was safe, right? Because they were elders. Nobody would mess with them.
Yeah.
If there was a fight going on, when the elder person walked by, if the fight would stop, allow her to walk by, and then it would continue. Not today.
Yeah, these motherfuckers out here insecure and they all backed up and just messed up and you got blue balls and all kind of shit going on. I just don't know what to
messed up.
Is that what it is? They got blue balls.
They be upset, boy.
Do they be having blue balls though? Because I don't think they be sitting over there just turned on. I think it's like what these men are saying. They know they bigger and stronger and dominant, and they wanna use that aggression over a woman. Like, cause what's the sense in asking for a number and then telling you ain't all that anymore?
Right. That is true.
Yeah.
They don't know how to take rejection both times.
niggas be bitter.
Quarter-mile keep left onto
Yeah,
East Lake.
Niggas be super bitter around this bitch.
Yeah, they definitely be better.
And I just be like, okay, I keep it moving.
And so
you keep it moving, but a lot of them, they might be moving right on with you, right on out the door. You got to watch them. That's why I try not to even go outside without my husband, and I try to be in the house before dark if I am out there without him.
Not before dark.
Right. And because I am divorced, like I don't be out in these streets like that. I don't.
Hey, these streets are dangerous.
It is.
Okay, I got it.
And they complain about the women being aggressive, but we ain't got no choice, right? Because everybody don't want to be inside before dark, right? A young woman don't want to have to abide by these crazy shit, so she gotta figure out how to keep herself safe and still want to live her life.
Yeah.
Right? So I recommend, if she ain't got no criminal record, to get her legally certified weapon, baby. And whether like I carry a mace, I never had a tape. What that thing is you mentioned, Daryl?
It's a
The,
taser.
The taser. Yeah, I never had a taser. I think they illegal in certain states. They might be illegal here in Delaware. I'm not sure. But I carry, right, a gun everywhere I go, and I don't want to use it. That's not my goal. I don't go out every day with the idea of using it. I feel like I'll be pointing this gun at some young man and pleading with him to go the fuck on. But I shouldn't, because I done had a man try to break in my motherfucker. He waited for my sons and my husband to go to work. He was the neighbor trying to break in. And I still think today, like, what would he have done me? Because if he gotten in and did what he wanted, he'd been hitting on me the whole time, showing me his money, trying to have sex with me, all kinds of things, right? That didn't work. And then he waited and watched for my husband to go to work and watched for my kids to go. And then he tried to break in.
Now
he's dead now because another woman killed him, right? He broke into somebody else's house and did the same thing, and she killed him. But he put me in a predicament, and I had to try to figure out how to get out of this clean without killing him, without letting him get in the house, and without killing him, without even calling the police. Sometimes I kind of feel guilty that he did, because maybe if I would have called the police, maybe he would be still alive, just in jail. I think about all that kind of shit, but what kind of weird, like, what he thought he was gonna break in, he was gonna grape me, and I was gonna like it, and then we were gonna, and everything was gonna be good. Or I'm thinking, was he gonna come in, grape me, and then kill me? So he won't. Like, what? I don't know the thinking. I don't think they're thinking.
Right.
That's crazy work.
That's what my teachers are. Huh?
You said you got a good heart, Bontre. I would have blew his shit back immediately.
I know that's what people tell me, and that's what I realized. I'm just not. I don't know. I always used to think, like, what would I do if I'm attacked in certain ways? Like, it weighs on my conscience,
That's why I come in before dawn.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll tell you what, Mom, if it ever happens to you again, just shoot in that direction and then look away. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, but I could end up in jail for doing some shit like that, shooting in his direction. And if I miss him, I can, I got to think about the laws too.
Tell them.
Yeah, man. See, I know y'all in Texas and the lower down some states, you got to stand your ground. My dad always said he would shoot him up in the yard and drag him indoors. That was his right? Drag him in the yard. Huh?
Yep.
My dad used to say that.
Yeah. That's what my dad used to always say, but now I'm up north. And even if somebody broke in my house, did y'all know I gotta run away from them and hide, y'all? Call the police. Yeah, this is not no stand your ground. In fact, I got to run.
That's messed up.
Wow, what state is that?
I'm in Delaware. That's most of these states. They don't have no stand your ground. I mean, I gotta actively run. I'm gonna have to prove that I ran away, hid somewhere, and then if they corner me, then I have the right to shoot. But they still taking me to jail until they investigate all that to prove that I actually did all that. That's great.
That's a lot of things going on. That's too
why
many.
we got cameras in the house, Drip. Yeah, because she right. You can't really shoot somebody unless they like are a threat beyond reasonable doubt. Because if somebody break in, of course, in Michigan or in Chicago, they would just say, well, they didn't really threaten your life. They just broke in. It literally had to be a threat. You have to prove that threat. Or, like she said, you're going to jail probably for life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when a person break in, you gotta just say stop, get out.
No, you gotta run and hide, because maybe they might be there just to rob you, and they'll take your shit and go.
Oh, okay.
And so The only way I could prove that no, it was a threat on my actual life. I gotta hide, and they gotta come after me, and their body better be near where I shot him, close to me. Where you say I hid in this corner, I shot him when he got close to me. Other than that, I can't go and shoot him in the hallway because they'll claim maybe he was going to another room.
You can't shoot him in the back neither.
Can't. Oh, you better not shoot.
That's an automatic life sentence. Damn near.
You like when they, you shot at them, you missed. They turned around and ran, and you shot him in the back. Yeah, you going to jail for life.
At that point, he wasn't a threat no more. And the way our laws look at it.
I don't think you go to jail for life, but your ass is going to jail for sure.
It'll be my life for 20 years. 20 years. 1 year's life for me.
Well, okay. I get it.
But I see what you're saying.
I couldn't even last a day. I'm telling you that it would be a bad situation.
Yeah.
What, in jail?
Yeah, buddy.
I'll never forget my time. I went to jail for a day for a warrant. Oh wait.
Ooh.
It was a mess. I said I gotta get up out of here.
I went to jail for a warrant too, right? And I'm so short, y'all. So when they put me in the cell, it was first of all, it was late at night. So whoever my roommate was, I never saw them, but they was in the bed. They was on the lower bunk. And I looked and I was like, how the fuck I'm gonna get up on that top bunk? I couldn't even. So I sat in a chair and just sat there and waited for them to call me so I could so my husband could bail me up. That was crazy.
Yeah, I stayed for like half a day, and they were getting ready to, I guess, take you in the little cell, and then those girls were out there like running around. One girl was like, "If I catch you, I'm about to eat you out," and I'm like, I went up there to wherever the guards were. I said, I'm not going in there with them. I don't think you understand. Y'all understand what's going on right now.
Oh, your ass is crazy as hell.
Okay, and then some kind of way, like, yeah, I got in contact with my sister, and her husband's sister is a lawyer, and she had me out in like probably an hour. I said, what I'm not doing is that. I can't. I had already had a rough day. Like everybody I was coming across, they was like, are you in here for prostitution also? I was like, no, ma'am. I'm in here for a traffic ticket, okay?
She thought she had a friend.
You know that's messed up, though, right? Because most people have gone to jail, and it's usually for a traffic ticket, right?
Yeah.
You end up with a warrant without even knowing. First, you didn't know you had the ticket, or you forgot about it, right? We forget about it, and then they pick you up and put you in jail, like with the regular.
Yeah.
I was so scared. Yeah. I think I was 21. My son was, he may have been like 7 or 8 months, and I just saw so much stuff. Like this one guy, because the women be on one side, the dudes be on the other side. They was beating him with that crowbar, and I was like, I just remember my daddy always telling me, if you go to jail, you can't punk out. You gotta be tough. When I tell you, I saw that man get beat so bad, I just wanted to cry. I said, oh my gosh. Then it was another dude. He was like, y'all effing with me? Y'all ain't gonna give me my bathroom break? Well, I'll just itch right here. And he did it in his pants. And it was stinking so bad. I said, I gotta get up out of here. I feel like I'm in hell. I gotta get out of here.
They was messing with him though. For you to poop, that means you really gotta poop, right? And you might not be able to hold it much longer.
They should have let that man go. I'm like, let that man go to the bathroom, the restroom.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but I said never again. Oh,
Yeah. That's where they make money. Prison is a job, is a money maker now. In fact, it's not even ran by the government anymore. It's ran by private agencies. So that's why a traffic ticket will have you in jail.
And it was a state trooper.
Huh?
It was an old white straight state trooper that stopped me. I was rushing to work. He was like, did you know you was going 90 and a 70? I said, I did not. And he said, do you know you got a warrant? Because I had already, basically the people that I had connected with, they didn't set the court thing up. I was young. My daddy used to always hook that stuff up for me. And I was like, what, a warrant? And he was like, yeah, let me just go see if this is valid. It's not a big deal. He came back. He said, can you get out the car? You are under arrest. It's people beeping their horn that I work with. Like, what's going on? I said, I know you lying to me. For one warrant.
It was embarrassing, huh?
Yeah, they'll get
I
you.
was embarrassed.
Yeah,
They'll get you.
I know that's right.
They'll get you.
And when we, yeah, but they will get you, and they want to keep in there for a few hours because then they can. It's almost like a hotel, you know.
Yeah,
How
they get paid. Yep.
after so many hours after 12, they charge you for another day.
Mhm.
Yeah, if they can keep you in after dinner or lunch, then they can charge them the state for the meal that they may not even have given you. Yeah, it's so.
Yeah, mercy.
You could be. They can know that you didn't do it, but they will still put you in jail, and it may take hours out of your day, but they don't care. They just want that money.
Man, it was a mess.
That's why we got to get lawyers, y'all, or have stand by somebody. You know. I see they got an app now. Did y'all see they got an app where you pay monthly, and if the cops stop you, you hurry up, click on it, and the lawyer is right there.
Yep.
That's smart.
Yeah, and the lawyer will talk to the officer, right? Because they ask you questions. You know, when first thing they ask you, why I stop you.
Right.
You gotta be like, no, I have no idea. Some people be like, yeah, I know I was speeding. You done told on yourself. All kinds of shit can happen from there, you know. They can take you to jail, you know, but don't admit to nothing. And then some of these people.
Also, that be the setup question.
Oh yeah, that's the setup question. That's why they always ask. That's the first thing they ask. You know why I stop you?
Yeah.
I'd be like, hell nah, what you got to do today? Because you got to do your job.
Yeah.
I ain't finna just, hell nah, you got to do your job.
Like, I have no idea. I'm like, I have no idea.
You got something in the car? Hell the fuck no. You're going to have to do none of that shit. See, and see, Bomb, it's crazy because people don't even understand. They incriminate themselves. Some of the questions they ask be incriminating questions.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. Make them folks earn every penny, bro. Don't be on no. Man.
You know the worst one? That when we wind down our windows. They can claim they smell something even if they don't. And that gives them permission to pull you out and start searching your car. That's why the white people are showing where they don't wind down their windows. They'll put their license against the especially when they do it, checking for alcohol. Did y'all know you ain't got to wind down your window? You can put your license right there, boom, against the wall, and you got to make it visible to them where they can read it. But if you crack that window a little bit, they can claim we smell something. Smell something on your window.
That's a fact.
I look at them videos for learning so I can educate my sons. You know, I have 2 black sons walking the world. I got a black grandson. You know, he's only 5. So, but teach the right way because they can claim they smell weed. You don't even smoke weed. They ain't never got no weed, and it's legal in certain states. But if you get caught on the interstate, where the state boys, it's illegal, right? Wait, no, they got the federal. Which ones are the federal? So we got federally, marijuana is still illegal.
The state, I think.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah. Banks, the banks can't take their money from their profits to the regular bank.
Right.
That's a federal charge.
Where they keeping all the money? That's what I want to know.
It was actually Mike Tyson supposed to be building banks, and he got a few of them. It's a few people that's actually building them just for that, but a lot of people are doing it now to where they like debit. So like every time you go to the dispensary now, you can do it like a debit to where instead of you having to go to the ATM, they have an ATM debit machine. Literally, I'm talking about they charge you the same thing.
They charge you, then they give you the money back.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, but what I'm saying as far as the the owner? Like, where are there? Like, where's okay? So it's not paper anymore, is what you're saying?
I wouldn't even say that much because, well, honestly, Miss Joy, I don't know what they doing with their money.
Credit union.
I
So
just know the new style of them doing the debit thing is like an ATM at the register.
Yeah, I mean,
So
you know, I
credit
live in Vegas, so I know
Oh,
exactly.
okay, right. Okay, that's right.
You know, I know that they, you know, you can use your debit card and they charge you the same as if you're using, you know, the ATM. I know that part,
Right,
but I'm
right.
talking about like the actual cash, where they keeping their cash.
Mm.
Yeah. So most of the places have their own little what they call it? You know, where you, with the code, you go in the big ass
Oh,
door,
like a safe.
safe, big ass safe, right? That's where they keep it.
Mhm.
But then they move it. They move it to a bank. But the thing is, you can have a bank that's not federally funded, like credit unions. You know, a lot of the starter credit unions, they're not federally funded. They're funded by the members. It's like privately owned. So that you can have their money in the bank, it just can't be a federally funded type of bank.
It can't be.
Because the
It got to
federal
be like
funded
so
bank
much.
promise to protect your money. Like if they get robbed,
Yeah.
your money get robbed, they claim they're gonna give you only up to a certain amount of money, by the way. If you have $1 million in that bank, but they only gonna protect 250,000, that's all you're gonna get,
Mm-hmm.
250,000, even though you lost $1 million. People you know, white people know that. That's why they got so many different bank accounts.
Yeah, they won't put more than that in one bank account.
Exactly. And shit, they put. I'm from my understanding, they putting their money into companies. Which I didn't know that how it worked until yesterday. But they're stock markets, right? That's why you hear they have their money sitting in stock markets.
Yeah,
Right.
mutual funds. All yeah.
Yeah. Shit, after hearing what I learned yesterday about stock markets, I'm about to start putting some money in stock markets too. I thought you lose money, but it's hard to lose money in the stock market. You could lose what you earn, what you won, what you earned, but you will never lose your initial unless the company go bankrupt. And so I'm thinking, wait a minute. So I'm gonna start off with something low, maybe 25, 30, $50, maybe even 100. And I heard that I could put that money in and you don't lose it until you go to pull it out. And that's only if the company go bankrupt. Did y'all know that?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So when you hear people losing, though, that's because they put their initial in, and then they started making money, right? And then the market may crash back down. So what they won may have lost, and it can even go under what they originally put in. But if they keep it there, because it's long term, it'll get back up, and it's like they never lost it. And I was like, well, shit. We need to learn about, as Black people, y'all. We need to learn about the stock market.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
there's this 18-year-old kid in Atlanta right now. Well, he's 19 now. This young man started some type of stock investment company or whatever. He didn't go to college. This young man just bought a penthouse in Miami in Brickell. And he ain't even 21.
Wow.
He's a black child. You know, he out here making a bunch of money off the stock market.
Yeah.
So my brain can't do it. Like it's a lot, a lot to learn. But if your brain can take it, I would say definitely do it.
It's not really a lot to learn if you have somebody, like you say, he doing it for others.
He doing it for others. He has a whole
He'll do all the work.
Yeah.
Get your money working. But yeah, I'm thinking about, doing something for my grandson. And it's not gonna be nothing big. I ain't got, that's the thing. Back in the day, remember you had to go through a company and you had to have lots of money, right? Because they was making money off your money, even if you didn't make money, they was making money. So But now
Yeah.
that we can do it ourselves, you can put in $25. Back then you had that 25,000, 10,000 or some shit. Now you can start with 10, 15, $20. I'm like, what? And then yesterday, the way it was explained to me, I was like, you don't lose because they saying once you, it's like an investment into a business. Let's say I have a business, which I do, and I talk y'all all to investing with me. You know you're not gonna get no money every month, right? But the
Oh,
more I build, your money that you gave me goes up, right?
Mhm.
mm,
Let's say my business for this month didn't do that well. You ain't
right.
really, you may have lost a little bit. I say, hey, I ain't really make no money to give y'all no, interest. But next month I do doubly well, and now you make money again. Not until you come to get your money do you realize you lost it or didn't. So you keep it with me for my whole business. Eventually, you making money because maybe this year, next year, I'm doing bad, but then 5 years from now, I'm doing real good.
Right.
Bomb. This the one. This Mo Love. I had put it to her intro. Hold on.
Never living in this world, you just be different, don't you follow? Only live once, that's what they told me is the motto. I don't put my trust in humans, they only do what's trending. I never really fit in, I know I ain't no bleeding. Never really fit in, I know I ain't no bleeding.
Ain't the. She say she ain't no blending. How long blending? Let me play that one more
And
time.
everything I
Never
sent you,
living in this
girl.
world,
What you say?
You
I'm gonna
didn't
call
see
you
the
Bomb.
one I had sent you.
The original one.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I got it. Oh, you know what? It was in a movie format. I don't think that's why I did it. Okay, hold on. I might have to do it like. Oh, okay. I can do it like that. Okay, my bad. I just put it to your other intro, the one you sent. Hold on. Let me see. All right. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, right here. Okay, let's see. Eh, Oh, MM. That's what it was. Okay. I got too much shit on my computer up there. Uh,
You found it. So while you looking for that, I'm gonna let you share one of mine, okay?
okay.
That I did a while back on somebody. Let me let's see the song gonna play. It should.
Oh, let me share. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh shit. Hold on. There we go. There you go, Bomb.
Uh, oh, it's in. I don't see it.
Oh shit.
Oh, it's just
Hold on.
gonna be here.
Oh, the goddamn. Hold on. Let me drop 90s. Hold on. Let me drop 90s. The panel was full. Hold on. There we go. Before episode screen, remove one of the. Oh, I got too many. Okay, I got you. Hold on. Let me remove some of this shit up here. My bad. All right. There we go. There we go. Go ahead, Bomb.
Okay, here we go.
To talk to some sense to your head, but jealousy is all you have in that black ass heart. Ooh, you not a lady, you not a lady on YouTube. You just a dog, and I'm just letting you know. Okay. So it sounds like this nigga.
Two bad bitches coming for bomb. Big J nigga, tick tock tock. White bear, nigga, you're blind. Thinking about a lady, nigga, should have bust a rhyme. DDD, looking for the BD. White trash thinks she can speak for me. Thinking she's superior. Black women, inferior. Black men, posterior. Butterfly, smear ya. XXX should stay in your lane. Nothing as niggas, so life is the same. You and
Lord
the
Jesus.
fly, zero facts. This is you on the lady clap back.
Lord Jesus.
So you heard him. He sung a song calling me not a lady. He said, "You aren't the lady." He said, "I was a thought," and then I bust that on him and one of his friends.
Okay, period. And that was you freestyling?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that-
fire.
Yeah, that was hard. Yeah, that was hard, boy. Okay,
Freestyle.
okay, hold on, let me add that right there.
All right, now that was nice.
It was.
I gotta get a good camera because y'all should have seen me over here dancing.
Hold on. You say y'all just see me up here dancing. Nah, for real. That's crazy work. God damn.
I can't dance worth the doing, but I be trying.
Hold on. Let me share the screen. All right. Here we go, Mo. Turn the audio on. There we go. All right.
Don't you go and be no blending, just cause they want you to fit in. Don't you go and be no blending, cause I don't wanna be nobody else. I wanna be myself. I'm not a blending. I'm not a blending kind of girl. Where you just be different, don't you follow? Only live once, that's what they told me is the motto. I know people are just the they only do what's trending. I never really fit in. I know I ain't no blending. Never really fit in. I know I ain't no blending. Ooh.
Okay.
Shout out to Mo Love and get through.
That's my little bootleg intro.
I like it.
I know I ain't no blend in, man. Don't start saying blend in. Now you're gonna make a new word. You're gonna make a new word, the blend in word.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start using it to make sure.
I ain't no blend in. Lord Jesus.
If I could get the sound right, you know.
I told you. It like I got a better version of it, but I kind of rearranged it just for her intro. But like you got to send me the vocals are just regular, separate from the beat, and I can have you like yeah.
I get what you're saying. 'Cause the keyboard is definitely strong. Where you can't. I mean, I heard you because I leaned in into and to make sure I heard, but it is overpowering your audio a little bit. Well, your vocal.
Right. Yeah, that's what my sister was saying. So I'm gonna redo it this weekend.
Yeah, but it's good. It is really good.
Yeah, I like it.
Look at all this talent over here. Y'all be blowing my mind. I love smart people.
You still driving, Daryl? But you driving a truck over there? Huh? Say it again.
Boy, look at here. We finna get up out of here.
Oh, I was asking, are you driving a truck? You've been driving for all day, seem like.
Who?
No, I'm driving my car right now, but sometimes I drive a truck, but right now I'm out delivering certain packages. I'm out at Arlington Heights.
Oh,
so
okay.
when they had me out here delivering packages, I can show you the houses where I'm at. There's like big mansions and stuff. Certain packages they don't put on the vans because they'd be expensive. So somebody might order like a Rolex or something like that.
Oh,
And I just pick all them packages up and I just deliver those packages.
Okay.
That's real. Man, look, we finna get our ass up out of here. We been streaming goddamn 10 hours. 11, man, I ain't streaming 11 hours in about 2-3 months. Man, we had a hell of a show.
I do want you to know somebody did call me this morning and they said, hey, he looking for you. I said, okay, I'll be over there. Let him know I'll be there.
They said I'm for real, Mom? They said I was looking for you like that? That's crazy.
Yeah, they called me. It was about one. It's okay. They, people do have my phone number, so I was okay with that.
Mo, yeah,
So
you been up here the whole time. Did I say anything looking for Bomb Chair?
No, that was early on. It had to have been the beginning of your stream. It was like 1:00 my time, so it must have been maybe about 12 your time.
that was some messy shit right there. Cause I ain't.
No, it wasn't messy. No, she said.
Okay. I thought you said like looking for you. My bad, Bomb. My bad. I thought you been like looking for you, like tell Bomb to pull up. Wait, I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh no.
Okay, my bad.
See this one, Drip?
Oh, that's
yeah, that's
yeah, that motherfucker huge. Goddamn.
So this whole area filled with them. So I got a whole bunch of deliveries over here, this house, a few other ones.
That
Oh,
motherfucker
that's
big.
nice. Wow.
Yeah.
See, in Texas, it's more straight lines. It's like modern shit. It's like everything is straight lines.
Yeah.
Ain't a lot of that round shit no more.
Oh,
Yup.
Right.
Yeah, them boys just straight line modern, like modernized, everything modernized, straight, like houses be all kind of look.
My husband,
That shit big as hell.
I don't want to move to Texas, but he keep looking. I'm like, don't show me nothing else.
Miss Jordan, y'all be rich. There's a lot of people move from Cali to Texas, and I'm talking about balling out of control.
I smoke too bad to be coming.
Me too.
I'm not getting here.
I would like to come to Texas because y'all economy is booming and everything, but y'all politics is just on some foul ass shit.
I can't
Shout
take.
out to Greg cutting up. Yeah, Greg cutting up.
Don't worry, somebody gonna take care of their ass eventually. But
Yeah, Greg cutting up for sure. This nigga, I'm talking about that boy. Boy,
even in Louisiana, y'all the only state that could really y'all in Florida who going with this bullshit, y'all can survive. But see, Louisiana, Mississippi, and all the other states, they cannot survive this administration. Cause see, y'all got a good economy all by yourself. Y'all like a California. Y'all
Right.
actually real close on California's ass
Right.
with your economy. But Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, and all those other red states, them motherfuckers in trouble, y'all.
Damn.
Without the federal government, they're not gonna be able to survive nothing. Like what they gonna survive? The federal government takes care of those states.
Boy, that's wild.
Yeah.
Man, look. Bomb Chair, you want to give your final thoughts? We finna get our ass up out of here.
Peace, everybody. I'll be back. I it's nice meeting the ones who I just met. Okay, y'all. I had a great time. I had a great conversation with y'all.
Yes, Lord, all the time, Bomb. All the time. Shout out to Bomb Chair in the building. Shout out to Bomb Chair, the Bomb Squad, the whole shebang. Hey, A-Dub and BJ, if y'all send in the chat, can you put Bomb link in the chat? I don't know if y'all, I'm sure y'all probably already did. I would hope so. Shout out to Bomb. Everybody follow Bomb Chair. I'm talking about good content. She'll goddamn sew your ass some socks. Hell, she'll sew your mouth closed too, nigga. Fuck you talking about. Yeah. Keep talking. Sew your goddamn lips closed. Shit, don't ever get that twisted. Shout out to Bomb in the building. I sure appreciate you stopping by, Bomb.
Okay, wait, I just want to say this to the people who listening to what you're saying right now. I'm a roaster, y'all. We be over there roasting, okay? It don't be serious. It's no real threatening. We ain't shooting up them, no real shooting up. But yeah, I be roasting people up over there. We be having fun. That's all.
Okay. You know what, Bomb? You really on some wild and not shit. You know how they be rapping with the roast? Straight up, like, come on.
I'm the first. Look, I've been.
Somebody owe you a check, Bomb. Somebody owe you a check.
I've been doing this shit for 30 years.
Somebody owe you a check.
Oh yeah.
You need to call Nick and Knight and tell them, and Lodion, tell them, they Obama, nice little reparational check. Goddamn, the fuck. Like, man, that's crazy. Wild and Out do the same shit, rapping and roasting.
Mhm.
Well, I was doing it before them, baby. I was doing it before them.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Shout out to Bum. Let me see. Miss Joy, you want to give your final thoughts, Mama Gemma?
No, I ain't got too much to say other than thank you for having me and have a good day.
I'm mad you ain't simulcast because you could have gave your look, your famous Joyce, real Joyce, everything.
I did, but it is what it is. I'm trying to hurry up and get this little boy out to this school, so I ain't really paying attention.
I already know. No problem. They come first regardless.
Yes, but y'all all have a good morning for sure, and just remember to subscribe to my channel.
Yes, indeed. Somebody put Miss Joy channel in the chat, and Mo Love and Demon, all 913 of his and his wife's channel. Demon, is it K Koi or Koi K?
It's Koi
Demon.
K.
Koi K, there you go. My bad. I was saying, well, no, I had it right. First time. Yeah, shout out to Jenny, goddamn, the investor. That's my investor sister. She threw. Mo Love.
11 hours. Yeah, you had an awesome show.
Man, it was going too good, Mo. I ain't want to stop it. Shit.
Okay, it was a good show. I
Appreciate
met
it,
some
bro.
new people. I pray that everyone has a blessed day. I'm gonna drop down.
Okay, that's a bit, Mo. I'm gonna contact you later. All right.
Okay.
Damon, what's good? Shout out to my nigga Damon. But we were reviewing your ass on the panel, boy. It was the demon. It was the demon and drip show today, and whoever else got there, we was goddamn going over that shit for the most part. But now go ahead, Demon, you got it.
I'm chilling, man. I'm probably gonna go live on Rumble or something like that. You know what I mean? And then just really
there you go.
I'm just chilling, so I just be cruising. I got my blunt. I got like 2-3 blunts, bro.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
just chilling. You already know it.
Bro, I bought this goddamn I bought this K9 smell proof thing from Amazon. It's like it's almost like a men clipper bag. You know how niggas carry like they brush like they clippers, like in a little black bag. Bro, it's something like that. Bro, it's K9 approved, smell proof, bro. I brought it on the cruise with me when I went to what that shit? God damn, I forgot the goddamn what's the goddamn? I forgot the goddamn place. Anyway, I brought that shit in, bro. I'm talking about I'm watching the dog smell the luggages, bro. I'm talking about I'm at least a zip and a half. Like, boy, what? No,
and that shit
no smell.
Too.
Yeah, bro. It was insurance to where, like, I had to fill out a form to show like that, bro. Like, I like ain't nothing gonna happen. Damn, when I tell you, it was so much padding in that motherfucker, and I didn't realize the shit that was on the padding was like shit that like held the smell too. Like little net type shit, man. That shit had that motherfucker obsolete. Even in the room, I had it like out, like, and it was in the little thing, no smell. I'm like, yeah, it's going down.
That's that good shit, bro.
Yeah,
well,
man.
Shit, I'm gonna holler at you, my baby. I gotta get out of here.
That's a bet, Damon. Have a good day, my boy.
You too, my baby.
Nah, for sure. Man, shout out to that boy Demon in the building. Shout out to the Drip Nation gang. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that like button, though. Who hit that like button? Hit that like button. Yeah, hit that like button and you're through. Yeah, hit that like button for your boy Drip. Subscribe to the show. Make sure you we the support today was shout out to TMKC being sponsor of the show again. Yeah, the win. TMKC been sponsor of the show like 3 days straight. Fellas, I don't know what y'all got going on, man. We got to get some support on the fella side. Hit the cash up, hit the super chat. Let's make the chat colorful. God damn, we been cooking all day long. But really, Stan been cooking all day long. I'm gonna get on his ass too, but yeah, man. Shout out to the gang. Drip Nation certified. Man, we here. We ain't going nowhere, man. I'm telling y'all, we ain't going nowhere. Shit getting better. The content getting better. Make sure y'all subscribe to the content creator, the plug channel. You know what I'm saying? Content going up twice a week on the live stream, and we gonna do pre-recorders and shorts to kind of keep it coasting during the week. Make sure y'all tap in, man. Big bars, gyms, all that good shit. Y'all need anything, software, anything like that, hit the email. The email is on the dashboard. It's also in the chat. Firetrip@mail. not Gmail, at mail.com. Fire sticks, everything. Shout out to TMKC for believing in your boy. Got her situated. Yup. I tell you, I got a few Canva lifetime premium pro versions of the Canva. I got a CapCut premium lifetime, no membership. Telling y'all, all that membership shit, squash it. Lifetime. One band, one payment. You hear me? Tap in with your boy Drip. I got you. Hit the email. Whatever you need, you through. Graphics, intros, you through. Whatever you need, we got you covered. Got you covered. I also have a Shure microphone that I've used for like 2-3 months. I'm selling. Shoot me like $1. I sell it for like 100. Just let me know. Yeah. Certified Shure mic with the upgraded Shure pop filter. Yeah, we ain't playing no games. You know how we coming. I just been getting hooked on my my Rode NT1A, which is like a vocal recording microphone. I love it. And then this other little USB joint I got, it's hard, man. Like, oh, I ain't gonna even get a cheat code up, but it's hard. But I do have a Shure, pretty much new with the box. If you need RAM for your PC, I got 16 gigabytes of rip-draw RAM, which is gaming high performance RAM. I got a bunch of shit that people can benefit and use if they need it, like a whole bunch of high performance gaming mouses and shit. High performance. Hell, I might even sell my computer on the cool. I ain't gonna hold you. I've been thinking about some things, man. And you know the channel been upgrading. I gotta upgrade everything. I gotta upgrade the goddamn fee. I gotta upgrade the PC. Yeah, all that type of shit, man. We got to do it, man. I gotta be able to put this shit out no lag, 4K to the Drip Nation folks. Or you through. Ain't no way around it. And I ain't finna cut the corner with y'all. My new gaming chair. I told y'all, shout out to the Drip Nation. Coming through with the come through. Y'all supported the Drip. And the gaming chair will be here on the 18th. And you through. Yup, got us a new one. Shout out to the Drip Nation gang. I appreciate all the support, man. All the support from everybody. Like, y'all have no clue. All the support. But, you know, we finna get up out of here. And, you know, like we always do it this time. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Ain't through. We finna get right. I'm finna roll me up a blunt, go to Chick-fil-A. Ain't through. But yeah, man, hit the cash out. Let me know you love me. Man, you know what? Rogue C ain't sent me my Chick-fil-A money. We gonna have a problem. She like, Drip, I ain't like got time. That is crazy. That's all right, girl. That's all right, Craig. That's all right, Craig. That's all right, Craig. Shout out to PA Diva, shout out to Bomb Chair, shout out to Mo Love hanging in there. If you're on your way to work, put your seatbelt on, please. Please put your seatbelt on. Make sure you get your ass up and move around. Put your left foot in and your right foot out. Put your left foot in and you shake it all about. Yo, you do the drip. Yo, and that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. And you through. Yeah, merch coming, man. I finally got with somebody who I really like on the merch side. Man, they cold too, man. These goddamn Letterman track jackets gonna be so hard. The hoodies gonna be hard. Like, these ain't no normal screen print ass goddamn merch, man. I'm talking about we 3D shirts with the tie. Ah, man, that damn tie-dye drip nation so hard. Boy, I'm talking about, this ain't no regular just tee with a print on it. Nah, I'm talking about we went the extra mile. It's for y'all. What you mean? It's for my people. It's for the Drip Nation. The fuck? You know, we stay dripping and big politicking, you hear me? This is the HBCU after party. You know what I'm saying? Well, girls can wear biker shorts and bonnets, and niggas can wear linen shorts, white beaters, and open toe sandals. Yeah. You feel me? And that's how we coming, man. Other than that, you're through. We don't want no smoke. We ain't come for no smoke, but we will fire your ass up. That is a fact. We ain't ducking or dodging none of that type of shit. You know, Drip Nation, one band, one sound, you're through. Shout out to Nightish. You know what I'm talking about? OG, triple OG. Triple OG. In the building. Shout out to everybody, man. We finna get up out of here, though. We finna get up out of here. Shout out to TMKC, like I said. Oh, shit, I'm tripping. Shout out to TMKC for the member for 2 months. Shout out to Robert M for the 199. Shout out to Truth for the 199. Shout out to Mo Love for the 5th. Shout out to Chanel with the 199. She skipped me on my penny. Yeah, we gonna have to handle it. Shout out to American Negro News. He threw. Shout out to that boy Emo. Shout out to Rooster. Goddamn, shout out to Miss Jordan. Let me see. Oh man. Let me see. Yeah, shout out to Miss Joy, man. Shout out to Stan. Shout out to Change the Foliage. Shout out American Negro News, anything. Shout out to Emo, man. Shout out to goddamn Stephon. Shout out to Stephon for the Cash App too, man. Appreciate you, my guy. Shout out to TMKC being a sponsor of the show. I gotta get a sponsor of the show banner. And you through. Shout out to Gimme. Man, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to PH Diva, man. Shout out to Sherry Berry, man. Yeah, shout out to Sherry Berry. Chocolate Cherry. And you through. You and your crew. Shout out to BJ, A-Dub, all the moderators. Shout out to Dr. Quantum. Hey, boo, hey. Shout out to Boss Man in the building. Man, y'all make sure y'all support the show, support the stream. Nah, I mean, I stole that from Izzy just that quick. You through. Nah, I fuck with Izzy Bass, my dog. Shout out to that boy Stephon. Cash App Poppy. Man, shout out to that boy Rooster once again, man. Shout out to T.O. in the building. What up, T.O.? Good to see my boy T.O. Shout out to Zoomy. Yeah. Shout out to Marcus Antonio Castillo. Shout out to Chanel. Man, shout out to everybody and they goddamn folks. Shout out to Shanika Egghead. Black Beauty. Yep, a lot of folks in this boy today. We had up to like 102 people watching once again. Appreciate the support. Appreciate everybody coming over here to watch, man. Like without y'all, this wouldn't be happening for real. So I really appreciate y'all. Oh yeah, shout out to Prime. Shout out to Renee. And I ain't gonna lie, like the fact that, so I'm gonna keep it a book. So when I said that I needed a new gaming chair, because this damn thing had like, man, I was on stream when that damn thing came through the seat and popped the shit out of me, like popped the back of my leg, but my shit was bruised like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna hold you. When I said that, like it was like my people, like Drip Nation came through. I ain't gonna hold you. They came through with the come through. Man, look, that let me further know y'all rocking with the kid, man. I ain't gonna hold you. I like that type of shit. Yeah, buddy, I like that type of shit. I got a new gaming chair be on the 18th, provided by the Drip Nation people and the good folks down there at the Drip Nation crew. I appreciate that shit. You have no clue. Like, I was like, wow, is this really going on? Like, they really love the drip. Wait a minute. Y'all gonna make a nigga cry. Goddamn. And shout out to that boy Damon. Goddamn. Yeah, shout out to the gang. Shout out to Coach Ferg. Shout out to Nightish, man. Yeah. Bomb, my 10th baby mama. Well, I'm the 10th baby daddy. That's my first baby mama. Goddamn. And you through. Other than that, man, y'all know what we say. Never trust a big button to smile, because that girl is